everyone, this is FantasyEsque, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon with the Salazar Coven. Look at these purple flames in front of our fire tribute hall, everyone. It is time for us to say goodbye to our Generation 4 ladies as they head off into the afterlife. And the ones in charge of sending them off on this new adventure of theirs is our priestess, Lady Galaxia Dragon, and the alchemist, Lady Angel Valerion. So they're over here taking care of this whole fiasco. Now, it just breaks my heart, I'm gonna be honest. After doing the movie at the beginning, I was close to tears, everyone. I don't know what state you're all in. I was flipping close to tears. Especially when Queen Mysteria was looking at the portrait of her daughter and saying that the Empire is now in Aphrodite's hands and all of that, and the advice she gave, which I think is quite nice because in previous generations we haven't really been able to get like the previous queens to advise their daughters on the new reign or anything like that. But this time around we did. We even had the queen gather the coven members in like this area, the throne room, Queen Sheba's throne, and she, you know, addressed them and thanked them for their service and basically got everyone prepared for the next stage of their journey, which is the end of their lives, as vampires have it. Now, who knows if all vampires do it, but in the Salazar Empire, this is the way things have been run from the very first generation, and the ladies are continuing the tradition. So that's what we're going to be getting up to in this episode. Now, typically, the like Castle Sheba is taken care of by Blaze and his twin brother. What's his twin brother's name? Luciano. But since we have the ladies, since we have the Generation 4 ladies now, you know, passing away, Luciano has been sent off to take care of Castle Wisteria. So the twins aren't going to be sticking together anymore. They're both in charge of, you know, keeping the separate castles or taking care of the separate castles. Like castle keepers. As we know, in Wisteria's generation, after she killed off the ambassadors, because, you know, advice number 2, quash all rebellion. After she finished that, the soldiers started taking charge of various roles that the ambassadors previously used to have. Previously? Yes. For a second I forgot words there. But, okay, let's get going. Let's get going. And the ladies have changed back to the normal form, so we can kind of see them as they should have been in the last episode, but oh well. Oh well. Now we have, oh, look at a precious, hold on a second, precious Wisteria, Queen Wisteria. I think also the fact that Wisteria was speaking in the movie got me like very teary-eyed, because obviously we haven't played with Wisteria since the previous generation, and I haven't played with her in months. So all of, you know, the nostalgic memories just came back when she was talking to the Coven and she was talking to Aphrodite. And it just fills me up with so much emotion. I don't want to let go of her, but I have to. It is the way of the Coven. Then we have Isadora, who looks entirely pleased with herself. I know some of you were speculating that Isadora is going to chummy up to the younger generation and try and get away from this, but really, none of the vampires... See, the thing is, I mean, yes, she may be power hungry, but also, escaping the fire tribute is only something that's possible if you disagree with the fire tribute, or if you see it as unreasonable. However, all of the vampires here, they have literally been raised with the mindset that a successful life means, and a powerful life means, that you are allowed to take part in the fire tribute, and you are acknowledged as a powerful vampire that needs to join the ancestors and leave the current world to, you know, the younger generation. So as far as Isadora is concerned, this is exactly where she needs to be. I think she's very pleased with herself because she replaced Soul as the champion in this whole event. So, as, you know, in kind of her eyes, she is more successful than Soul because she is dying with the queen in the fire tribute rather than somewhere else. Which, honestly, how did Soul die? This is so bad. But see what I mean? You know how I'm forgetting how Soul died? That is flippin' precisely what she may be remembered as in history. And, you know, the ladies that die in the fire tribute, it's almost like everyone in the vampiric world remembers them for their service, but the ladies who die outside of the fire tribute, even if they have served in court and, you know, their bloodline has gone on for generations, they might be forgotten because they didn't make it to this stage. So, Isadora, 0.1. Soul, unfortunately, 0.0. There we go. And then we have Oriana. Oriana did bear a daughter, Yuki, and Yuki looks so much like her mother, and she's continuing the scholar's work, which is great. Zelda, we did not get to see in her normal form. This is her without, you know, the vampiric blue hair and the pink dress, and she looks very much like the queen Aphrodite when she's in that getup. But no, she's in her normal form again. Obviously, Queen Wisteria's twin, and she's also lived an extremely successful life as far as I'm concerned. Now, when we were doing the movie, we followed the same setup as what Aphrodite has, in that the people that is closest to her get to sit beside her. And I'm pretty sure Zelda and Oriana got to sit beside the queen. Oriana, I'm fairly sure, is the closest to the queen. And then we have Zelda. So it's kind of cool that just like Oriana and Zelda are, you know, the left and right hands of Queen Wisteria, at least in this final stage. For Queen Aphrodite, Yuki, Oriana's daughter, and Saphira, Zelda's daughter, they're also the right and left hands of the new queen. So that's kind of fun. And then we have, of course, Anya Frostbite, our broodmother, who joined us very late after Rowan died. Oh. Was Saffron? Not Saffron. I'm thinking about Fairy Amazon, sorry. Was Soul killed? Was she executed? Is that what happened? Did she get executed as a traitor? Isadora probably did it, but Wisteria, is that how you killed Soul? It's been months, guys. I'm sorry. I feel so bad right now for Soul, but that's kind of where things are at. Okay, also, in the previous generation, we have been essentially waiting for the ladies to, you know, catch fire, stuff like that. And the essence of fire tribute remains, but ever since we've started having the spellcaster, it is now kind of her duty to go and set the ladies afire. That's like one of the duties of our spellcaster. Before we get that going, though, I think I need to... Yep, okay. So she needs to come to the fire. She needs to do some ritual first. I'll get both of them to do a fire dance. They both need to do this ritual. Nope, can you not join? Okay, they both need to do this fire dance ritual. And then Lady Angel will be, nope. Come on, fire dance. Fire dance. It is the daytime as well. Yep, there we go. So they're both doing the ritual. And then I think our alchemist will be ready to go ahead and do what needs to be done. So she's going to go in the chamber. Lady Galaxia is going to lock the chamber. And then Angel will kind of be the one to essentially complete the fire tribute to kill the vampires. But she's not going to be considered a murderer because, you know, literally the previous generation is the one who kind of sets this whole event. Okay, wonderful. We need to make sure the flame stays light purple because that is essentially the color of Queen Wisteria. Look at Galaxia go. Yep, make sure it's purple. The color of Queen Wisteria. Excellent. And we will be back in a second. Okay, we are sending Lady Angel inside, and Galaxia will now close the doors. She will keep guard outside so that once, you know, the event is complete, we can open the doors and let the Grim Reaper come in, and then obviously to collect the ashes. But since she has Flying Bat, I suspect she may just fly into the chamber when the ladies are dying. But okay, here we go. Starting off with Queen Wisteria. We're gonna cast a deadly spell. We're gonna do Burnio because it is supposed to be the fire tribute. I don't imagine it's very honorable to die any other way than in a fire. So, Burnio. Like, it's almost as though by choosing the fire, they're conquering their biggest enemy, which is the sun, and one of the only ways, you know, typically the vampires can die. So, rather than getting caught by the sun off guard, once they've lived a successful and powerful life and left things to their daughters, then they choose the sun on their own terms. But okay, guys, here we go. Lady Angel is going to start casting her spells one by one, and our precious ladies will be set aflame. Oh, here's the queen. Now, I suppose they're not... Oh, yep. With Isadora, I can see the fire. I didn't really see the fire with the queen, but she definitely went down. Oh my goodness. Yep, she's on fire. We didn't even see the queen go on fire. Isadora is dying. The queen is dying / has died. Has she? Yep, has died. Oh, Oriana is on fire. Zelda's gonna be on fire. And Galaxia has come on inside. She's obviously very, very saddened by this. So is Angel. I mean, she's having to do this, but I'm sure she's very saddened by the death as well. What about Anya? Is Anya next? Is Anya going down? Or is she still... She's witnessing death. Oh my goodness. Okay, she's witnessing death, but... Did you not cast it on these two? I'm sorry, we need to cast again. You cannot have this fail. Oh, okay, we'll try again. Maybe she's just caught up witnessing the deaths. Yep, okay. Somehow these two escaped, but that's fine. She's cast a spell on Zelda. Oh. Did that even work? Oh. Overload. Okay. Okay, so this kind of... I see. She couldn't cast a spell on them because she got overloaded. So this is also very dangerous. This whole thing is very dangerous for the spellcaster because they could die. The spellcaster could die from this whole thing. Oh my goodness. Yep, she's like overcharged. At this point, if she has another overload, she could possibly die. Lady Angel. But she has to see this through. So I suppose this whole event is just as deadly for the spellcaster as it is for the vampires involved. And what's happening? She's on fire. This is fascinating. Is Zelda getting on fire or is she escaping? Witnessing death. Okay, she's gonna be on fire pretty soon. She's gonna be on fire and then she's gonna die. I guess she was just so grieved by everyone's death that she has literally... She's managed to stave off her death for quite a bit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, the Grim Reaper didn't need us to open the doors. He kind of just came in on his own and is doing his stuff. But okay, Angel, you are definitely going to need some rest or something because you yourself had a close call. You overloaded during the whole event. Oh, Zelda. Zelda, this is kind of sad that she's the last one to die. I mean, her daughter's going to see her dying, and I feel like the longer this stretches, the more maybe hesitant Galaxia is to say goodbye to her mother. Aww, she's like standing with Galaxia and they're weeping the death of all the ladies who just passed away, including the queen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, look, she's just seeing what's happening. She's witnessing both of their deaths. She's holding on for quite a bit, my goodness. And this fire's out. The fire outside is still burning. Grimmy's taking his time. Oh, Zelda. I kind of want to just leave her be for a second and let her, like, mourn the ladies. And then continue with, you know, exploding and being on fire. Rather than push it too much. So the spell did work on her. It's just she's busy weeping and mourning. Like something's keeping her alive at this point. Oh goodness. Angel is probably like so horrified. I mean, she chose to join this empire. She chose to join it. But I do think some of their practices are a bit like it takes a strong stomach to get through. And this is probably one of those horrific things that, you know, maybe an experienced spellcaster would have been a little bit better with, but since, you know, she's brand new and such, she's brand new, she's young, she's probably never done anything like this remotely at all. It's like she just came into the court and then she's killing the people that brought her in. Ah, so dark. And Zelda, she's crying for the queen, for her twin sister. She's crying for her twin sister, her older twin. And then once her older twin passes, then the flames shall take her as well. Oh, look at Wisteria. She looks so peaceful there. Oh, honey. You gave us such a good season. We're gonna miss you so much. We're gonna miss you so much, Wisteria. And now for Zelda. Following her older twin into the abyss, she herself is on flames. And now she too will have a death by fire. Oh my goodness. There she goes. There she goes. Grimmy is going to harvest his soul. No doubt Galaxia is going to be absolutely heartbroken. Witnessing her mother's death, of course. She looks up to her mother a lot. I mean, she was her mother's heir and she inherited the mother's role of priestess. But Zelda, it's kind of sad. You know why? Zelda, as priestess, she had to do this in the previous generation. So she had to see her mother and aunts and everyone die. And then in her generation, she died last. So she like had to see all her sisters, and she had to see, you know, her other court ladies that she's been with her whole life, that she grew up with. She had to see them die before she went. Just imagine the amount of heartbreak she's carrying with herself, or she was before this point. And now Galaxia is going to collect up the urns of all the ladies. Okay, let's collect up the urns. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. There we go. There we go. Finally her mother's urn. And then I suppose the next thing we have left to do, now that, you know, the fire tribute is over, we need to have a funeral for the ladies. And honestly, I know there's a special name for it. I can't even remember what it's called. Death rites? I think that's what it is. We need to do the death rites for the ladies. So this is when we will be basically calling over the other ladies. I think we'll send probably Blaze to look after Castle Aphrodite for a bit, and then we'll bring over all the ladies here. We'll set up the urns, or we'll set up the Queen's urn and Zelda's urn here as well. Yeah. We'll set up, I think Isadora's as well, because she was a princess as a youth. So we'll set up the urns here, and then we'll get the queen and then the priestess and possibly the spellcaster here, and we'll do the rites for the previous generation. So since the spellcaster, you know, took charge, or, well, you know, she overloaded, she literally charged them up, but since she took part in the practice, even though previously the spellcasters wouldn't get a special seat, so like up front during this whole thing, I think that I think Lady Angel should be able to, since she's the one who did cast the deadly spells. And then once they're done doing, you know, their ritual, then we'll have the others come in and pay their respects and mourn all of the royal ladies who passed away. And then at some stage, Galaxia is going to make her own trip to the honor grounds, and she's going to add the other ladies to the honor grounds. What's this? I don't know who this person is and why you have their tombstone, but it's someone, obviously. And then we'll add, I think it was Anya and Oriana to the honor grounds. So let's get all that set up, and then we'll be right back. Right, the urns have been set up with the Fairies of Death in the Royal Crypt, and now we just have to get the Queen inside along with the Spellcaster and the Priestess. So let's get Aphrodite to come on here. We'll get Galaxia, and then we'll have the Spellcaster here as well. Oh, So we have Wisteria's urn, and then we have Isadora's urn and Zelda's urn there as well. And they will essentially, you know, kind of give their praise and their respects to now the deceased, as well as the fairies of death to look after their mothers and their aunts in the afterlife. So that's what these ladies are doing together. Oh my goodness. Everyone is so deeply sad. And you know what? I feel like this is very different to Wisteria and her generation. Like, I don't know if I'm remembering wrong, but when the previous queen died, like when Athena and stuff died, Wisteria and her sisters, they weren't very sad at all. They were actually quite happy to, you know, have the old generation dead and gone and be the ones in charge. They were quite excited for that. Whereas these guys, I feel like they had a closer relationship with their mothers, and so as a result, they're probably a bit more saddened by this whole thing. And the fact that they're all cousins right now, so they're probably like really close to everyone. We didn't really have that many rivalries, I feel, between the children at least and the older generation. I think most of the children, they got along with the older vampires quite well. And oh, look at them. So while they're here, we have the other three ladies waiting outside to be allowed to come in. So Saphira and Yuki and Siri, they're all waiting for the other ladies to be done over here. So once they are, we will be adding the urns. Now, while they're doing that, I want to go ahead and actually label the urns. So first princess, second generation. Where are our queens? Where are the queens? Now, forgive me if I'm missing things, but where is the urn of like Sheba and Narkissa and everyone else? Didn't we used to keep them here? Huh. Like we don't have them here anymore. But if we go back to the, like the bloodline, then Athena's here. You can still see Narkissa, and you can still see Sheba, and you can see all the other ladies who've passed on. You can even see Lilith and Cassandra. So, like, what's going on? Oh, that's right. I forgot that Art died as well. Yeah, so what's going on here? And Wendell died without giving us a baby, which I was so sad about. Interesting. Well, I suppose we don't have to worry too much because we do keep the urns in this castle. So even if the urns disappear, their ghosts will sometimes come in this castle, like at night. So we don't really have to worry about losing them. They're in the family tree. They'll probably just pop up on their own, which is fine, I suppose. Oh, okay. Aphrodite's done. Yep, Aphrodite's done. When the other two are done, then we can get the urns all set up. But let's see. Let's engrave. So we'll do... She was what? The fourth queen? Fourth queen of the... No, for... What? What am I saying? Fourth generation queen? Yeah, right? Generation 4 queen. So generation 4 queen. I don't remember how I label the other ones, but wait. Zelda will be second princess. She's second princess of 4th generation. Is that how I labeled it? Yeah. So she's the second princess of 4th generation. And then we will have the 3rd princess of 4th generation. 3rd princess of 4th generation. All goods? Yep. Excellent. Okay, looks as though Angel is done with her kind of ritual prayers. And once Galaxia is wrapping up here, yeah, I think Aphrodite got some peace from that. Like, she's able to control her emotions, her grief a little bit better from doing that death rite. Once Galaxia is done with her death rites, yep, that is definitely helping with the grief, I think. Then we'll set up the urns and we'll get the other ladies to come on by and grieve. Oh, look at that! Wisteria's already trying to connect. She's already trying to connect with the youngsters. Aww. Okay, so Angel feels better. I think, yeah, Galaxia's also gonna feel better when she's done. The other three, though, they're just gonna be very, very upset and emotional for a while, I suspect. While she's wrapping that up, let us come to the portrait hall and take a look at this place. Guys, it is crazy that we set this up back in Generation 1. Do you guys remember that? That was so many years ago. That was like 4 years ago, I think. Something like that. But look, we had Queen Sheba. You can see the same throne that we just sat in at the beginning of this episode with Wisteria. So we had our first Queen Sheba, then our second Queen Narcissa, then we had a third Queen Athena, and then Queen Wisteria, and then now we are with Queen Aphrodite Salazar. Damn, look at everyone. I remember when we set this up, like when we set Sheba up, I said, I wonder what our queens will look like generations down. Like several generations down, like in the 5th generation. What will the Generation 5 descendant of Salazar look like? And this is what she looks like, which is so cool to see like that difference occur through the years. Oh my goodness. So it looks as though we have enough space for like 2 more queens, and then I might have to either extend the portrait hall. Actually, what I could do, because I only have 5, 6, 7, and 3 more generations left. I'll have to see. What I might be able to do actually is just put a wall through the middle here so that it becomes like, instead of a room, it becomes like a corridor. So put a little wall there, and then I can have the future queens like in that, you know, their portraits. I'll have 2 queens on one side, and probably the 10th and final queen will be, so it'll be 8, 9, and then we'll have 10 here. I'll have to see, because I want to keep everything in one hall. I suppose I could move the portrait hall, or we could have like a downstairs portion, but I think I want to keep it all in this room. Oh my goodness, Galaxia, she is just... Oh, did I keep it paused? That was my bad. The whole point of that was so that she would be done. And she would be done by the time I was done going on and on about our portraits. But I suppose not. Have I labeled this, I wonder? I don't think I... No, yeah, we had like the queen's names, but we don't have like a... You know how with the epitaphs, have a little description? I don't think we do with the portraits. That's fine though. Galaxia must be very upset because she's taking like a long time to do her death rites. She's definitely not rushing. I suppose it also makes sense because she is priestess. She probably should take the most care when doing this. So that is fine and well. I know in the past we have had like the ladies, you know, prepare food, and they have food laid out on the table here, but I think we'll just skip that part because they're vampires, they can't really eat the food. And that's, you know, over the generations, we have practices we keep, and then some practices we either change or we completely get rid of. So in Aphrodite's generation, the youngsters, they don't see the point necessarily of getting that done. So that's fine and well. That's fine and well. So we have like, I feel like so many aspects at this point. I don't remember all of them, but I'm pretty sure the sun is supposed to be like the aspect, like I know the fairies, but are the fairies the aspect of death, or is the sun the aspect of death? Maybe there's multiple aspects of death. Maybe fairies and sun are aspects of death. Yeah, probably. Because I know we have the sun there for that reason, but I'm not entirely sure And I know the fairies, they've been associated with death, and I think cats have been like the aspect of life. So that's kind of interesting. Very interesting. How you going, Galaxia? Okay, look, she definitely feels a lot less saddened than she did before. She was like very, very upset. But she feels a little bit better now. Okay, Galaxia. Come on, honey. Literally, your sister, your twin, is waiting impatiently outside. She wants to be able to see, you know, her mother and aunts. Come on, Galaxia. Look at Yuki. She's so heartbroken. She's so heartbroken. And actually, while Yuki's standing here, I just remembered, was it the previous fire tribute or what? But Oriana, Yuki's mother, when she was, I think, a teen? She was like here making something in the cupcake factory. Oh, the memories of that. The memories. I'm tempted to cut this short because Galaxia's definitely stretching it. But I don't want her to, you know, continue being upset. Come on. You're like doing this for such a long time. Galaxia. Galaxia, honey. I know it's painful, but we must move on. We must move on. We have to get to the next stage. I think she should wrap up, guys. I'm gonna get her to wrap up. I think she should wrap up. The other two are done. I mean, my fault because I had it on pause while I was talking. But I think she'll wrap up over here. She had two, like, sadness moodlets. One of them's gone down, so at least she's gotten some peace. But I suppose she wouldn't feel nearly as comfortable as maybe Aphrodite would. Because Aphrodite also, I mean, she did get to have that whole private conversation. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. Wisteria. I think she's coming into, like, their minds and stuff. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, now that we have that sorted. Wisteria, let's put her up there. We'll do Lady Zelda right next to her. And then Isadora. Excellent. And then we'll get everyone to come in and just start mourning. So everyone's gonna mourn Wisteria more or less, and I suppose we can say they're mourning the other two at the same time. Okay, Galaxia. Let's mourn. Lady Angel. Saphira. Yuki and then Siri. Right, they're gonna all come in now. They're gonna mourn their queen and the other ladies that they lost. Come on, Galaxia. Oh, look at them. They're so upset. What? Furry friends? Who's your furry friend? Maybe it's the dragons. Maybe the dragons passed away as well. Oh, goodness. Look at them. Look at them. They're in absolute tears. To be honest, I was as well when I was watching the movie at the beginning. When I was making that. Oh, I mean, I made it and then I watched it before I began recording this episode. I was so sad. I was so, so sad. Oh, this is painful, but it's something that every generation goes through. I don't know why she would decide to set these, you know, completely depressing standards in her generation, but she did, and that's the way vampiric culture has developed, and that is the way it just is. Oh, ladies. Cry your souls out, honeys. Cry your souls out. There we go. There we go. The twins are next to each other. Siri's over here. Aww. Yep, even Angel. I mean, I think Angel mainly is just crying the fact that, you know, she was witness to so much death. I think that's probably her biggest thing, being witness to so much death. And I'm glad that her relationship with the others aren't, like, in the red or anything, because they knew what they were doing. I mean, she was tasked with it by them, so wouldn't have been nice if they all started hating her. Thankfully, not the case. Okay, there we go. Now, these ladies are mourning. So they've kind of completed their death rites. We've given our respects to the ladies that have died. And now Galaxia needs to make a separate trip. It's 8 p.m., so it's perfect timing. She needs to make a separate trip to the honor grounds so that she can put down the gravestones of the other ladies who served in Queen Mysteria's court. So let's go ahead and get that sorted. Okay, we are at the honor grounds with our priestess, Lady Galaxia. She is going ahead and strengthening the spirit of Oriana, her connection to the mortal realm, and she's doing the same for Anya Frostbite. Now, the other ladies that we have, they're kind of laid all on this side. So we have Lady Kali honoring, we have Lady Ambrosia Dark Rana. This one is Cynthia Ranarain. I've got Morgana Devilzar. We have Ophelia Cavador, Lady Swan Nox, Clara Antelopa. Now, I definitely think we have, we somehow missed a few gravestones, but those ladies, their spirits are still in the world somewhere. We just somehow lost the gravestones or the urns. I think we had some complication in the previous generation, something like that. There we go. But we have placed Oriana back here because her husband, Lord Artselanox, the first ever male vampire to be part of the honor grounds, he's here as well. So I thought it'd be nice to have them next to each other, and then Anya, of course, there as well. And then in the future, we'll start filling out these spots. And then we'll have to see about maybe establishing another honor grounds or another graveyard. For now, though, we're okay, but we might just have to have another graveyard in the future for the vampires down the line. But there we go. She's doing her bit for them both. Now, I'm pretty sure we have... Why don't we knock on the door? Because we have a soldier here that's taking care of these ladies. We have a vampire who's kind of in charge of looking after the honor grounds. And I think it's Peyton Dantelopa. I'm not sure how they're related. But Peyton, here we go. Let's just, let's give him a respectful introduction. Actually, let's just do a friendly one. We'll do a friendly introduction. Now, how are you related to Peyton? I feel like you might be, somehow. Zelda. Peyton. Peyton. Has he not bred with anyone? Has he not bred with anyone? Or has, his children died out? But it would show if they died. I suppose Peyton hasn't bred? Really? Maybe it was his brothers, because I'm pretty sure had 2 more brothers. That makes sense. So one of his brothers was actually... He had one other brother. Okay, there we go. One other brother. Because I don't know why it's showing here that we have 2 people, and then Wisteria and Salazar. They're actually twins. They were born together. They're identical twins, and they had the same father. Okay, so I guess Peyton hasn't bred yet. So he is Wisteria's uncle. So he would be Galaxia's great uncle. Interesting. Interesting. We have things like relationships across the generations. It's a little bit confusing at this stage. But that's what we have going on. We have now wrapped up the fire tribute, saying goodbye to our Generation 4 ladies. We are now fully into the new generation. And it's going to be exciting to see the kind of stuff we can get done. Now, if we look at the calendar, I wonder, what do we have coming up? So we have the mentorship in a few days' time. Then we have the Autumn Caravan. Okay, so we have that going. Now, are we ready to get into breeding? I don't know. Are we ready for that? We might be. As of yet, I feel like we've gotten everything that we need done in the first few episodes. So we might be ready to have our first breeding from the next episode. So I'll see how that goes. It's gonna be exciting because we have this video today, and then tomorrow we'll have the new episode. So you know what? Now that I've said it, I feel like everyone's gonna be anticipating it. So you know what? Let's do a breeding for the next episode. We're gonna get that going. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.